What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the A-01 Podcast. And if something sounds different, you'd be correct. I finally bought a brand new podcast mic. I am your host, the new sexy baritone of A1, JJ Piedra, Joshua Jeremiah. And joining me are the non-sexy baritones, Matt and Will. What's going on, guys?
Oh, jeez, look at you, Mr. Soprano over here.
Yeah, like not non-sexy. Excuse me, I have hair, I think, right? I have hair. That's sexy enough, right? Hair is sexy, right?
I have hair too.
Damn, it's over for me. All right, and then pack it up. Pack it up.
Man, how great the investment of a new equipment just changes your tone and voice, and who knows, maybe even gain some listeners here.
Look, as long as he's not ordering a bunch of muffins and talk about how he really feels about us, I think it's a winner, right?
So, Matt, let me ask you a question. Do you fancy yourself a journalist? Are you friends with Scott Colton?
No, I've never met Scott Colton. So you haven't met Scott Colton.
Like anime fans, like, what the fuck are these people talking about? Yeah, it's a wrestling thing.
Look it up. Just look it up. So that's it.
Yeah, just look up All In Media Scrum. That's all you got to do. All In Media Scrum, and you'll be fine. As far as All Out. All Out Media Scrum. Fucking AEW. All In, All Out, whatever. Wasn't sponsored by In-N-Out Burger. Lost merchandise and sponsorship opportunities.
Bigly.
But yeah, it's another month. Valentine's Day passed, and I don't know about you guys, but I sat here alone in a dark shadow like I usually do every single year. It was comforting and sorrowful at the same time. But maybe with this new microphone, that'll change next year because, ladies, I am single.
I mean,
single and ready to mingle, yeah.
Heck, we're done with February and now we're heading into March. Jeez, we're already heading into the spring season. Well, I don't know about you, Florida man, but you're already in summer already, so yeah.
Well, no, actually, we still have about a week and a half of quote unquote spring left of temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and then we re-enter summer. So. Yeah, we usually have like a 3-week stretch in February where we can say, yes, we're officially in spring while everyone else is in deep freeze and dying of hypothermia.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so we've got a lot to cover. Well, actually, I don't have a lot to cover. These guys have a lot to cover because apparently they got like 22 and a half news stories to cover on VTuber Corner. So I guess I'll sit here and down about 6 bottles of water, take a nap, maybe take some... I don't know, Ginkgo biloba to refresh my memory once these guys are done, and we will get into other anime topics. But for now, VTuber Corner.
Oh God, you don't drink liquid death anymore? The sponsored drink with the Outerhaven.net.
I just dropped $1,000 on my car for repairs. I can't afford liquid death right now.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I guess before you get into VTuber Corner context, my car was like. The steering wheel was like shaking back and forth a little bit, and it was pulling to the left. So I'm like, okay, it's either an alignment or a rebalancing. No big deal. It's like $150. I'll be in and out in 45 minutes. Get there, and they're like, well, you do need an alignment. I'm like, well, I kind of figured that. You also need 2 new tires because it's down to the rim. I'm like, oh. You also need brakes because it's metal on metal. Oh. And you also need bearings because they're shot too. Fuck.
Did you say you're an empty-headed dumb fuck mechanic who couldn't manage a goddamn Target?
No, because this is not a big retail place. This is like a mom and pop mechanic shop that I've been going to for years, and they don't screw you over. Like they know their shit.
Thank God. I thought you were like, is it what? Excuse me, this is costing money.
Yeah, these are the type of mechanics who don't recommend anything unless they know it's basically like a critical issue. Like they won't even like remind you when to change your oil. They won't remind you that your windshield wiper fluid is out. They don't tell you, hey, it's time to tune up. No, they expect you to know that shit and take care of it yourself. Like and come in and like know that your car needs to be serviced. They're not like Firestone where they're like, oh, by the way, I know you came in for a new tail light, but you also know your battery's dead, your starter's about to go, your alternator's about to go, your transmission has a hole in it, and like none of that's true.
Oh God.
But yeah, I trust these mechanics and like they're good. And it's like a family friendly atmosphere too. Like customers like walk in, just go into their break room and use their fridge and they give like 0 fucks.
Just walk in. It's like is that donut's mine now. You didn't work it, it's mine now.
No, I like, dude, they actually brought in cookies. Like some customer brought in cookies for them, and they're like, "Yeah, this is for all the workers." And as soon as she left, like customers got up and grabbed them. They didn't care. Like, yeah, help yourself.
Help yourself, yeah. Oh geez, and like I said, I'm very grateful that you did not decide to go on a tirade about like some people who should be EVPs. I'm glad you didn't do that either. That would have been terrible at mechanics there. You call yourself mechanics, and you can't.
Yeah, it's by the way, it's no longer JJ Piedra. You need to call me by my birth name. That's the one on my birth certificate. It's now Joshua. Okay. Otherwise, that's going to be a $5,000 fine, Matthew.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Matthew and William, kick us off. VTuber Corner. Let's do it.
All right. So VTuber Corner. It's a big month. Crazy things happening. We got some good news and bad news. We're gonna go through the bad news first because holy, that's all I can say. What happened?
Yeah, it's just even worse. Living on a Rock is basically a giant dumpster.
Oh wait! Before you get into it, I have a guess because I actually saw an image of a random VTuber standing over the grave of Ninjisanji. Is this what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can include that if you want to. Sure.
I looked at 0 notes and I guessed it. I'm awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's that. So before we get into that scenario, we got to talk about Wafter. Apparently, this organization just doesn't die. Will take it off. Last I heard, it was like half their agency is gone.
Yeah. Basically, short story. Yeah. Long story short is basically like, some ex Wafter employees basically gave up their witness testimonies, and apparently, like one of the talents, like while she was like being currently recovered or being like backloaded with old work. Basically, the Wafter management says like you can repay it by doing sex favors. What?
Whoa, are they owned by Vince McMahon? What the fuck?
Yo, no chance.
Yeah, like when I heard that, like, geez, we thought Ninjisanji was gonna be the big one, but no, apparently
this is the spicy one. This is the first step.
Yeah, it's just, dude, Wafter. I mean, the Latino VTubing scene, dude, you are not helping. You are absolutely not helping.
Well, they're not helping you, but someone's trying to get some help. That's all I can say. Holy.
So yeah, Wafter, you tried to out Ninjisanji. Yeah, you may be in the running.
Maybe you may even be the best.
At least Japan hasn't gotten that full blown yet.
No, not that far yet, but that's pretty much that in a nutshell. And as we alluded to Ninjisanji, the first thing is that Celine Tatsuki up to this point in January was just gone. We had no idea what happened. It wasn't a know anything. Everyone was asking about her, from like her friends RPR to people in the industry. It was like, what's going on? And behind the stage was a lot of spicy stuff. We'll get into that later. But then, out of nowhere, Kyo Kanaro straight up says, I'm graduating. It's gone. His graduation, I believe, was the 18th. So he's already out. No fanfare, I guess. I mean, he's gone. It's rip. We're like, all right, you lost another Niji liber, right? It's a unironic for Niji. It's like every day, right?
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, like a day without drama for Niji's or anything. But then we get the bombshell. Niji Ian dropped the freaking termination letter. The most unprofessional termination letter ever. I'm talking if Josh and I wrote down the person we hate the most and every foul thing about that person and handed it to them and then announced it all over every public media we can to announce they got fired. Granted, that'll be the ultimate petty revenge, but it's unprofessional. Quote unquote unprofessional.
If I ever get rich, that's how I'm quitting my job.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah,
just open letter to management. Just throw this person under the bus and make sure that they're like completely fired.
Just when they released that statement, quote unquote, it's just
quote unquote
like
statement. Yeah, we're like,
it is just the most corporate statement kind of ever, and it's just absolutely. If you find the details out again, I did believe they even community noted on Twitter. It's just like
it was.
Yeah, it's just absolutely many fallacies in regards to the fact that even have like a YouTube lawyer, I mean legal lawyer
Legal Mindset.
Legal Mindset, a Florida based lawyer, basically like detailing each part of the statement, and basically giving a lot of ex-Celine Tatsuki ex-Doki Bird grounds to actually can pursue this legally.
Before we even get to the Doki Bird thing, so Celine's terminated. They said she violated trust, was inoptimal management. They said everything, but they said everything except slurs. Honestly, they said everything but this woman except slurs. That is how bad they buried this woman. They tried to do what John Cena did to Chris Canyon in that interview at for Howard Stern. If you know now, you know. You can look it up because that was a messed up thing he said about him. That's messed up. Anywho.
Yeah. And like the fact, like during that whole disappearance of Tana Tatsuki, they were handling her accounts, which is like so fake posts, impersonation posts of her, as well as like when all things came to light. Apparently, unfortunately, there was like Selene Tatsuki basically tried to off herself during the time period.
Yeah, unironic. She's trying to unalive herself because what Selene Tatsuki was going through with the company was internal bullying. She was bullied, and management at Ninjisanji is dog shit. It is just dog shit. It is one of the worst management. It's gone to a point that there is a meme going around now that called themselves any color, just change the color to black because they're a black company. And a black company, and if you guys don't know, in Japanese terms, you probably do know, but we'll say it anyway. You know, it's a company that's just unreputable. Basically, the Haru's villain in Persona 5 Royale. Okay, essentially that a company that grinds people to dust, take their money, and makes them miserable, and does it openly with no F's given. And the reason why Niji gets this reputation, at least EN, is because, all right, first of all, Selene Tatsuki, Nina Kasaka, all the mass terminations and, graduations happening in that sector. 2, we found out that they get less than 2%, up to 2% of merch sales. So basically, if they sold $100 merch, they only get $2 or $1 from every merch sale.
Sounds like my books.
Yeah, but you get it yourself. You're not like paying off another person, But yeah, it's pretty. It's like that, and it's compared to their competition, particularly at least the bigger one, Hololive. Hololive merch sales has been at least confirmed through sources 50%. 50% to 1 to 2. This is an embarrassment. That's like reason 1 they consider a black company. 2, the inaccessibility, how they treat their talent, from Palmu leaving, broke everyone's heart. Yeah, Palmu Rainpaw left because they turned down an opportunity of a lifetime for her and refused to acknowledge her whatsoever. She did not get a 3D concert whatsoever. She graduated, and we're hoping she gets reincarnated because she's too talented. Okay, that's right there.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
So just picture all that together, and we now know that Selene was bullied, almost unalived herself, and then they released this statement on her. Here's where it gets worse. Selene Tatsuki had an account before she became Selene Tatsuki. It's known as Doki Bird. Doki Bird, because she's terminated, went back to streaming and then exploded like nobody's business. She's at I gotta actually check Doki Bird because she was over 600K last we checked.
Yep.
I want to check that sub number. So let me use the Google. We type in Doki Bird, and then we remove all things, and she's at 630K subs as of today.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually saw Asmongold because I watch him for World of Warcraft stuff and other things, and he was actually talking about Doki Bird and how she was getting like a whole bunch of shit online.
Yeah, fact that even like Moist Critical and Asmongold,
and Mutahar, like this blew up to mainstream news how bad it was. This was the hugest L Niji's done. And only Doki Bird had to reveal a bunch of things that happened behind the scene, like the bullying, whatever. And this is where this is L1. They decided to up the L 24 hours later, within 48 hours. So they got their stooges. They got some stooges. And I'm not going to, like Alira Pandora, Vox Akuma, and Ike England. And I'm not saying they are stooges, but they hella stooged here. They sat there, and I'm assuming they read a press conference. They made a video and just talked smack about Selene, revealing information that Selene's lawyers have given to Niji for termination and to protect the identity. Niji said, screw that noise. I'm burying you right now. Basically, Niji pulled a Vince McMahon. But unbeknownst to him, this is the real world. You can't Vince McMahon in the real world. That's why he's going to jail. Seriously, he's going to jail. He did some really weird stuff, man. Freaky stuff you should not Google. So Celine had to get her lawyers and admitted she just wanted to be left alone. She meant that the harassment wasn't of what happened to the company. She pointed out that like they leaked her personal information because in Canada, the great country up north, if you're an American like us, has select laws about doxing when it comes to private medical information. Your medical information is private, so that could be, if it's leaked, it's considered a dox. Basic 101. Niji did that. Really bad PR move. And the crappy part about it is like Vox, Akuma, Lampador just pretty much stooge for the company. They're like, oh, this didn't happen. We're all one happy family, blah, blah, blah. She was untenable. She was bad. She had some muffins at a press conference, the whole 9 yards, right? Mm-hmm. And what made it worse is that the fans like backlash on this. This was like, you are lying. Because Doki Bird, everyone loves Doki Bird. If you've seen her streams, if you've seen her still on Tatsuki, she is the most wholesome, good person you will ever meet. There is no evilness in her heart. She is like what Pikime / Henya is, just a pure small being. Literally, like if this person wronged you, you must have did something to get wronged. That is literally how I feel about Doki Bird. So here comes part 2. So with all the massive firing and stupidity of this company, of the Doki Bird situation, their stock has fallen significantly in Japan. It has taken a dive. There has been mass unsubscriptions across Ninjisanji, across the board for all their VTubers. Not good. Not good. I would say, it's a thing. And while all this is happening, the Yacht Man, the CEO of Niji, straight up made an I'm sorry video. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that silly topic. That was for the investors. But at the same time, it's like, really? Yeah. That letter was for the investors? You put it on Twitter, bro? That was for the investors?
It was just like, yeah, even that one sentence follow-up, like, the termination of Selen Tatsuki is negligible. Negligible? Tell that to your stock markets. And absolutely just the CEO. It's like, dude, you pretty much said everything. Again, we're going to how his meme about basically $1 million yacht. He could have done everything to invest into the company, but no, he made himself a yacht. And just how he presented that video, you're any color, but you chose black and white. It's just so the most like ironic thing, if anything else. It's just absolutely infuriating.
It's pretty bad. And Niji's in their own fire hole. And then bad news number 2 for Niji, because we're still going on the Niji train here. So within like a week later, Uki, I'll just say Uki because I just say it. Uki, a streamer from Ninjisanji, he's an EN. I believe he's in the Noctis wave, I believe. Yeah. And people notice that he says a couple of things that are just not nice. Basically, he makes a lot of like anti-white jokes, which is like, whatever. I'm a person of color, whatever. But he does it all the time at every reference, even in collabs with other people, especially when other people are uncomfortable with those jokes. He like, white people can't cook. They got no spice. You talk like a white person. And even when people says, hey, man, that's not funny. What are you, white? Things like that. And I'm like, bro, are you compensating for something too? Like, as a person of color, I have jokes about every race, okay? It's whatever, right? But that's not a personality type, and that's not a good way to go around life. Especially, here's the thing, right? If you were just an independent VTuber or an independent content creator doing everything, I wouldn't care. It's like, whatever, it's your platform, do whatever. But you represent a company that gives you money. What the actual F? Literally.
Yeah.
So, and then he doubles down like 50 times. It's like, bro, the sad one is, bro, I get it. You don't like white people, LOL, haha, right? But it stops being funny when you do it almost every other stream. Again, not by yourself. You do it with collabs. People just, I'm like, dude, what? Like, bro, no, stop it. Like, this is and like, even your own fan base and your fans are fighting against it. Like, girl, please stop it. I don't want to hear it. It's like, it's like if I personally keep making that one joke about Rick James, Rick James, I got Rick James, bitch. If I kept doing that every day, I guarantee someone would be annoyed at me. You can't do it all the time. I know it's funny, but stop it. Get some help. So that's the Uki situation. And it's not good, and it's like it's another controversy on the company because Ninjisanji is a joke. Speaking of Ninjisanji being a joke, here's something I forgot to put in the list. So, Will, remember how they were going to change the company, hire some new managers, people to work at Ninjisanji?
Oh yeah. I've heard this, and oh man, the editors and all that. Oh my lord, yeah. Read out the details.
Yeah, basically. So, you want to be hired by Ninjisanji, a prestigious company. You know how much they're going to pay you? $8 an hour, minimum wage, to do translations, managing VTubers, and providing relays between them and the corporate company. You're going to be paid minimum wage to do essentially manager work. Flipping you're going to be making flipping burgers money. Flipping burgers. No, there's nothing wrong with flipping burgers, but I'm managing an entire human being, and that's worth flipping burgers to you. Black company, baby, goes full circle.
Jeez, that well, just go to McDonald's and work there. At least they are the basic. You pay for what you want. Like give you the work is, and not like you want to give a CEO job for minimum pay. Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad in that regard. So here's the thing. A couple of months ago, there was this VTuber. She got terminated as well. Her name is Saya Lanzon. She goes by her new VTuber name. And here's a question to ask. Is she vindicated?
Not that I've remember. I'm trying to remember the details.
She was terminated from Niji for similar situations, for management issues. She pointed out saying management is complete crap. She talked about bullying and how people didn't stand by her and she needed help. Yeah, Saya Lanzon. Yeah. That's so. Even though it's like a different situation, she did call out Niji's management being garbage. Is she vindicated? That's the question. My opinion, kinda. But I hope she moves on from this, like Doki Bird did. Also, speaking of Doki Bird, is hit 100K followers on Twitch, so she's making that Twitch money now. And this is how Doki Bird is loved by the community. She spent last year, I believe, up to $200,000 on fan projects that required no income from her, making videos, free content, songs that were not reimbursed by Niji, by the way. Heads up, Niji can choose when they want to reimburse you or not. Just want you to know, black company. This is not like, what the man, not good. So she spent all this money out of her pocket to do content that her fans will like. The Dragoons now. So Doki Bird. Oh, if you're a Dragoon for Selene, you're also a Dragoon in Doki Birds. We took the name back, baby.
Yeah, like, and just kind of just basically enforces the image of Doki Bird. Just she does everything for the fans. She loves her fans to the point of actually like putting so much of putting herself in the financial hole that much for her content is just just like if you hate this kind of dedication, by all means, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, something inside of you is broken. You're a broken human being. I mean that unironically. And it's like, it's a really, really disgusting scenario. So Niji, not good. If you're if you're Ninjisanji, you can support your liver. Yeah. You don't support the company. You can support the liver. I mean that. If Scarlet Uni allegedly, because all the rumors are going out now that she's the next one to go. If she goes, follow her wherever she goes. That's all I'm saying.
By all means.
By all means. But it's a dumpster fire over there. And it makes me, as a person who follows all kinds of VTubers, realize, wow, there's more than one dumpster fire in this community.
Yeah.
Big another dumpster fire. There was a VTuber that comed up. I think it's like 115 Shazo. So, as February's Black History Month, and Shazo is a VTuber artist and rigger and does art for VTuber people that pay him, commission him. He was hired by several people. Like, again, commission process is always private. So he got a commission from an African-American, black VTuber, and then mocked their design, and then mocked their art on stream, and then went back to what they're doing. And this is not something they do once. They did this constantly. They would mock people, colors, designs, and what they paid them to do for, which I think is not only unprofessional, it's kind of this thing called racist, or Black History Month. This is not good, and it's not even funny. The jokes are like, it's not even like if you want to be, I love cruel humor. Like, what's the joke? Your designs look dirty and nasty. Like, I paid you in private to help with my art. My art sucks.
It's completely unprofessional. Unprofessional behavior. That if it was obviously like, sure, there's that whole verbal agreement and all that, but like, again, the fact you disclose this thing on stream for the sake of views and like basically venting out your thinly veiled racism and all that is just like, dude, man, good. Get some help. Get some serious help.
Get some help. Like, stop it. Get some help. Like, literally.
Like, you expect an artist to do something like this? Like, heck, I expect artists to be at least like bring in like a good or like at least homey vibe or like somewhat professional, strictly and all that, like Dairiku or any of the like great artists out there.
Yeah, but exactly. Or like, like even Ui Mama, like she makes fun of her children, but never like craps on the art whether they design for them or whatever, right?
Yes, exactly. Like, hey, look, if you gotta talk this kind of shit about your own little, I don't know, personal creation, like, again, you are basically the art parent for this VTuber, and you are like, so, this is not my favorite. Like, yeah, this child is absolutely shit. Like, dude.
Yeah, it's super bad. And this person got blasted. And apparently, as we saw before, Sayu hired this guy to do art for them because Sayu is trying to get to the 3D space to get a bit of model, blah, blah. Straight up cancel and we'll work with you, got my refund. Which is, if you have a refund with this guy, if you have a work with this guy, get your money back. I'm sorry, it's not worth it. Because even if you aren't a person of color, let's say you somehow don't care. I don't know how you don't, but you don't care. The unprofessionalness, the ability that he will go on stream and mock your design and costume in publicly, which is a personal thing, which is messed up. Like, I paid you money. I'm not a good, like, let's be honest. Like, people see my VTuber design. It's mine. It's my own. But if I paid you and you go out there and mock me while I give you money, I will kick you in the dick. You deserve a kick in the dick. Because that's really messed up. It's unprofessional. It's complete disgusting, and you deserve to get kicked in the dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and with that out the way, that's all the bad news of February 2024 VTuber Kuruma. Let's go on to the good news. Kuromoko's going to Japan, baby. Let's go.
It is, yeah. Like, last night they made their announcement, and just holy, like, if you know their previous form, you know their previous forms. Like, even they said it in their stream, like they had a dream going to Japan. Unfortunately, they had to like dismiss the dream. Only until now they revisit it because, again, the fan base of the Ruffians, and I can only imagine once we have full-on Cerberus. Again, Korone and Fuamoko have Team Hollow Cerberus in Japan. Like, yeah, it's got to be sugary diabetes times 10.
Bow bow.
Wow.
UB bow bow, baby. Let's go.
Oh my lord. Good luck, Japan. You got to die of diabetes and cuteness.
Yep. Another interesting thing that happened for Hololive Advent, which Fumoko, is Narissa Ravencroft hitting the 600k subs. We stand for Narissa. We're proud of her. She did it. And if you want to go over the total numbers, you can always check out this YouTube channel called Otaku Diary, who does every month the amount of subs per people get, the money they have. It's a good indicator to see how your Hololive VTuber is growing. Yep. She's at 610k. Yep. And even more good news about Narissa Ravencroft is, I'm going to put it right there, is that she will be the first guest with Iron Mouse. So Iron Mouse has brought back Talk of the Devil.
Speak of the Devil.
Speak of the Devil. Sorry, me English. Speak of the Devil. I would say host show. And she hasn't done it in a while. And she, getting guests is a thing. But our first guest coming back is Narissa Ravencroft. So Narissa, you're winning. Advent stay winning. I'm hoping Shiori gets a blow up too soon. I thought Shiori is unironically funny in a weird way. Like, it's a different type of funny, I would say. That she's a comedian.
She is definitely, like, if not the eccentric type, if you know her previous works. But yeah, Narissa, by all means, happy for Narissa, and I'm just can't wait to see how she continues to grow up. That, again, now we have another Hololive V Shoujo collab nowadays. So yeah, I cannot wait to see her in Speak of the Devil with Iron Mouse.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're hitting it up. And the best part about it is that, speaking of more Hololive news, and Hollow Promise, formerly known as Hollow Council. So let's see, Mume Mumi. Is it Nayasha Mume? I forgot her full name. I'm horrible with it because I just call her Mumi.
Yeah, I just call her Mume.
Yeah, Mumi. So Mumi hit 1 million subs. Congratulations. The first person in Promise to hit 1 million. Get that clap.
Yep.
And she also got a new outfit reveal. Which is it's emo goth, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like all the aesthetics put together in one costume. You like that? She's got it now.
Yeah, but another one to the wardrobe, and yeah, like if you want to get that edgy face of Mume, then yeah, by all means, this costume is definitely in your taste.
Yep. And another one for Hollow Promise, Seri Spawner on February 25th, which is today. This podcast. 3 p.m. Pacific, she will be revealing a new costume. So it seems like that Council Promise is all getting new costumes. So we're all proud of them. Yeah, there we go. He's getting costumes, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
So you can stick that out.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see the other EN members finally getting an upgrade to their costumes and just basically getting their acknowledgement and changes. So that's good to see. That's always good to see.
And speaking of acknowledgement and changes, both I guess Hollow Star's Tempest had I would say a blow sometime last year, where half of their unit has left the company. They terminated themselves. Maggie Desmond has left the company, and Vesper Noir. So all that's left is Axel Sirios and Regis Altair, which they've been doing. There's something doing a contest. They're doing good things. You enjoy it. And recently, both of them had their 3D debuts, and it was really well done. Regis played the cello. Apparently, he played the cello.
Yes. Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, and he apparently knows Taekwondo, but he didn't do a backflip, so I'm disappointed. He didn't do double somersault. I was expecting that. For all the years playing fighting games, I just think all Taekwondo players can do somersaults, but it is what it is. I joke, but yeah, and Axel Sirios did an amazing concert, so it was really fun. So after that happened, a couple of weeks later, they had a 3D collab for both their 3Ds, and they had featured many people. One of them being Kobo, the brat of Hollow Live. I'm not joking, she's a brat. She's a horrible kid. She said, "Thank you for coming out to my 3D concert. Follow me on Kobo Counter YouTube channel." She said that live on their concert. No F's given. 5 stars. Would sub to her again. What a horrible person. She did that. Wait, did you see the 3D collab, Will?
I have chucked in some snippets up here and there, and yeah, just call about you freaking Kusogaki. I love you.
Yeah, she is the real deal. Like there's no way around it. She did that, and I can't believe her, but it is what it is.
Wait, so what she did, she came out and proclaimed a concert that wasn't hers as hers?
Yes.
So basically, this is the 2024 version of Kanye, "I'm gonna let you finish" type of thing.
Exactly. Yup. And then
Beautiful.
Plugged her own shadow and kept talking until the other members actually picked her up and put her off stage.
Literally picked her up like the Kusogaki she is. Like, no, okay, all right, little kid, time to take you brat out.
Yeah, it was true. It was true. It was like, you got to be kidding me.
You expect this in an anime form? Nope, it's also here in VTuber world. Yep.
Like, I don't know who you are, but I am gonna sub to you.
Yeah, Kobo Counter. You get tons of clips of her is hilarious. One of the most famous clips is that they tried to meme her, and unbeknownst is that Kobo Counter is from Hololive Indonesia. A lot of people in Southeast Asia, but particularly Indonesia, it's no insult to the rest of you, can speak multiple languages. Kobo Counter can speak English, Japanese, Indonesian, and Chinese. So they try to meme her by making her say the big chilling meme in Chinese. She said that thing full throttle, no stops. She just like, oh my god, thank you. I also like ice cream. I was like, oh my god. They tried to meme her, and she's like, no, I speak Chinese. And she spent full Chinese unstopped. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, that's Kobo Counter. That's the plug for Kobo Counter. And speaking of Iron Mouse, spoke earlier. We're getting back to her. Iron Mouse won the Best Twitch VTuber Award at the Streamy Awards.
Yes, Best VTuber at the Streamy Awards, hosted by QT Cinderella. Also in the same category, the same award show, which Maximilian did actually won the Legacy Award. So again, props to you, Maximilian, dude. I also appreciate that. I know this is a VTuber thing, but just quick shout out. Yeah. But yeah, Iron Mouse won the Best VTuber in the Streamies, and just basically gave. Of course, Natty won. Please donate plasma, and by all means, yes, please donate plasma if you want to keep her alive. Literally, please.
Yeah, donate the do that. It's all good. And it's pretty nice. If I'll take a step to is that like after all the drama that happened to like these shoujo in the last 3 years, it's kind of nice to see everything turning up Millhouse, you know?
Yes, and
Turning
also
good. Yeah, everything's turning out good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And just to add on to more of the good things as well, we forgot to add onto the list is that Iron Mouse will be having a free concert, if I recall correctly, at the end of the month on the 29th. So it'll be available for people to see if you whether or not you are a subscriber or not. So there will be a concert from Iron Mouse fairly soon on the 20th, if I recall correctly, on the date. So yeah, expect that.
Nice. And speaking of people who got streaming awards, so Galguda also won a streaming award, and it arrives at Hololive office, and the Hololive management will be mailing it to her house. Oh, here's another dig at Niji. If you get any award, silver play button, gold play button, an award dedicated to you and mailed to you, Niji doesn't give it to you. They keep it. Yeah.
Yeah. So another way that a company that actually gives awards to their talents that actually they earned. Oh, what a concept!
What a concept indeed.
Yeah,
like it's not even funny. Like Niji just unironically sucks, and I feel bad for them because it's like there's some interesting people who work at the company, whatever, but it's like the company's just a black hole of straight up garbage. I can't. It's like it's the worst thing ever happened to me. It's like I would rather have CM Punk pop off and talk smack every day at AEW than have Ninjisanji like work at Ninjisanji. I would rather have that. Actually, that's actually a good idea. Can we hire Phil to come back?
I think that deal's far off the table. That's not even on the table. It's not even the same room anymore. Not even the same house. It's probably in the landfill, burning somewhere next to the tire fire down in the central part of the city.
Yeah, what if we got some muffins? Oh god, but no, but yeah, that's pretty much Niji. And another interesting news is that as we talked about Iron Mouse, Speak of the Devil talk show, a lot of people making their own talk show podcasts in the VTuber space. Haka, well, as I call Haka, Bonzi and Haka has his own talk show thing going on, which is called the Crowbar. And the Crowbar this week featured featured Kamatek Camellia, an amazing musician, and it's really interesting if you want to check out and it's like a really good deep dive into like other music you like or people you work with, whatever. It's really, really great. If you like electronica or you have like K-pop, whatever, and you also get to hang out with Haka, who's a really good talker. Like it's a very intimate like podcast type of thing, and I look forward to more episodes of the Crowbar. But it's a good deep dive. Like, oh hey, I didn't know you also like this type of music. You're cool with getting people on your show, so I think it was pretty cool. So there's that. So if you want to check it out, that's a plug for that. And before we get to the final topics of the thing, I want to talk about one of my favorite Oshi waifus of Hololive, Uzo Subaru, the duck. She had her 5th anniversary and live stellar, and she had people featuring from all over the promotion. All over the company. Kiara, Choco, Botan, Luna, Ayami, Aqua, and Shion, and Hideyoshi Ao. But essentially, Gen 2, Kiara, Botan, and Ao. I was hoping more people will show up, but it is what it is. These things are limited, so you can get what you get. But it was a really fun concert. It's available on her channel. It's roughly like under an hour, like 58 minutes. Subaru is an idol. A duck turned to a swan, you know. Unironically, she's actually really talented at singing. In a funny way, yeah. Like that duck voice is just a voice, I guess. She can actually sing. She's the ugly duckling. So, but Ui Mama did not show up. So again, she's always disappointing her children. Jokingly, but anyway, it's a good concert. I recommend checking it out if you have time if you want to check out Subaru and her 5 years of Hololive.
Yes, 5 years already. Oh man, like off the duck.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's an era, baby. And the last thing we're gonna do is if you it'll be sure to check out the YouTube channel if you haven't followed myself on Twitter or Will on Twitter. We teased a gachapon, Hololive gachapon we opened. So we opened a gachapon and we filmed it. It's going to be on YouTube soon. We'll probably talk about it. It's probably fun. If you guys like that type of content, just let us know, and we'll probably try to buy more Gachapon content and make videos of it if we can afford it. Because we got killed. Look, it was a $60 item, $30 in shipping. That's all I gotta say.
Yes. The fact that, again, from Hololiv's own store is like, okay, unfortunately, it's not DHL, it's not UPS, no, nothing like that. We have to pay extra. And yeah, if we get something sent halfway across the world, yeah, that's how much it is at this current market. It's not fun. It's pricey.
It is pricey. It's spicy and it's pricey.
But from one of the figures we got so far, it's actually pretty darn good. So yeah, maybe something be up to our alley. So if the quality's good, then yeah, maybe with that. So again, take it with it what you will. Consider your options.
Yeah, consider it. Yep. And the last thing we'll do is we'll plug some independent VTubers. You should probably give a check out or things we enjoyed. I mean, we plugged some people already. I'll always plugging from Idol EN, Bryn Penrose. You've probably seen her shorts on YouTube or things. She's hilarious. She's a British comedian, not an idol, but check her out as well. And check out Juno Unagi. She's also funny from Idol EN. She got that hag energy if you're about that. So I recommend checking her content out. It's from her weird cam streams to her horror streams. It's just it's a randomness of fun. And we also recommend Doki Bird. This small independent VTuber just popped out of nowhere, 500 subs. There must be something hype about her, right? Just go check her out.
By all means, definitely check out Doki Bird best you can. Like support her, support your OGs, whatever it may be. Small one, big ones, that all means any VTubers that you want. Even also, if you want to recommend your own VTubers as well that you've seen, by all means, leave a comment in the chat below. So, yes.
Yep, and with that is the end of VTuber Corner. Josh can come back from eating his delicious pizza and talk about how much, back in his day, we only had 3 matches on a card.
I wasn't eating pizza. I can't eat pizza anymore. Well, I can, but I choose not to because, diet. Yay. It's going well, though. I mean, I lost 50 pounds since July.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks. I've been downgraded to complete fat ass, so still about a little bit more to go. And
downgraded to complete. He's like, I was a fat mother effer. Now I'm just a fat ass.
Okay, so you're down 1 level from the 5 levels of fatness. Okay, not damn, you're just big boned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am no longer damn.
You're just big boned.
Oh, God.
It's getting there though. But all right, so yeah, we got a little bit of controversy, which is kind of not controversy because people kind of forgot that they announced this. But yeah, Sony, aka Crunchyroll, has announced that they are sunsetting Funimation once and for all, which is something they kind of announced when they bought Funimation way back. What was it, like last year or like year before?
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah.
I think the controversy here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is when they did this, a lot of the promises they made was that, if you have a Funimation subscription, don't worry, you'll get grandfathered in and you'll basically just, continue to enjoy the content. And now with this sunsetting, some of the digital content you owned through Funimation is no longer going to be accessible, which kind of went back on some of the things they said they were going to do. So I guess that's what a lot of people are up in arms about. And this is kind of going to be a thing for a while now and this is kind of like venturing away from anime talk, but Best Buy now is getting rid of DVDs and Blu-rays in their stores because they want to go through all digital content. More and more game developers are doing digital only for games. Practically every single indie game is on Steam, which is all digital. We are heading towards a digital future. And even when it first started with things like, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Arcade and stuff, if you stop subscribing and you get those special, free games or, games at a discount through the paid service and you get rid of that, you lose access to those games. So this is becoming a norm now, not just in video games, but now we're seeing it with anime, with people possibly losing some of the digital stuff they bought through Funimation because of the merger. And it's like, this is like the biggest example of why we still need physical media, why we still need to have companies honor, the things that they used to. I mean, well, I can't really put it that way because Crunchyroll didn't own Funimation before. So,
No.
you know what I'm saying though. They bought it. It's theirs. They own it. And then other people owned it before Crunchyroll was, out there buying Funimation. So there's a level of expectation that I'm going to keep the stuff that I owned before. And, it's just creating this negative vibe about digital media and how an all digital future is not exactly as glamorous as we seem to think it is. And I think Crunchyroll / Sony should do the right thing there. And if you have something through Funimation, and you should not lose it. This is basically not the consumer's fault. They didn't ask for Crunchyroll and Funimation to form into one company. And Crunchyroll even said it. We will migrate you all over. Now, whether they meant just the subscriptions, which to their credit, they did grandfather everybody over. And maybe they didn't say separate digital purchases, but it's still a dick move. You still have to honor that. I mean, I get it in some cases because, Japanese corporations are just like American. It's still a consumer mindset that if I can make more money, I will find a way to do that. And if making you repurchase the things that you bought just because it is now a completely different service, then by Jove, I'm going to line my pockets with more of your money. And then people are going to get pissed and they're just not going to give you money. It's going to have the opposite effect. And of course, some people might do it because some people might just not want to, live without their favorite series or favorite purchase, ever again. So they'll go ahead and buy it again. But not a lot of people are going to do that. And I think this is a big mistake on their part.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly that. Like this, it's not as you said. It's kind of going to that now, making people actually adapt that hoarder mentality. Like we're going to retro stuff, we're going to physical media and all that. Because if you got the things that you own right now that you love, keep it because you will never know that one day it was going to be gone, and then it'll become a lost media, and there's no way to return it back ever since that time. So anything like heck, even Guillermo del Toro basically said it perfectly. Like if you own the physical media of something that you love, by all means, you are now the guardian of that media. You owe it to the world that you keep these things alive for future generations to know about. Like be it physical media from animes, video games, whatever it may be. You are a guardian now. You have to take care of these things, or else you never know.
The worst part about it too is the second half of the Crunchyroll termination of the the Funimation Crunchyroll termination is that they also upped the price of their digital service. They spiked it up significantly, like 55% up, like more than double. So it's like not only they are terminating a service or not like honoring the grandfather thing. Yeah, it costs more, and I'm like, oh my god, like you're just like this was like god. And it's like, to me, like unironically, I have a couple of mangas I purchased through Crunchyroll because Amazon let me down, and I'm like, and I had rant about it last podcast. Time to find another storefront to give money to because I don't feel like giving them Funimation because they want to start to Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll might screw me over with the whole thing. Like, and anyway, one of my books came in slightly whatever. Anyway, the point is like, I don't feel comfortable giving my money to a corporation if they're gonna stab that side of the assignment. From even I'm not a huge anime guy, I'm a manga guy. They're gonna stab me too. They might find a way to spike it up or make me, which I still think is a scam. I buy X amount of products from you from your website, blah blah blah, right? And you're charging me from shipping. Go F yourself. I think that's a scam. I pay $100 on your website to buy something, and you make me pay for shipping. Go F yourself. You should pay for the shipping. It's your company. How am I gonna get the product? Why am I paying you to ship it to me? You're the one who have it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a rant aside about buying, shipping, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it makes me very skeptical about Crunchyroll's future businesses and other things they sell, such as, clothing, attire, DVDs, books. And it's like, this is a subscription anime site. It's going to affect them. It's going to affect me too, because if they could do that over there, they could do that to me too. That's it. That's my rant. See you guys all next week when we talk about how much I love banana nut pudding.
But it's also kind of what happens, though. I mean, it sounds great at first because when another company buys another subscription company, they'll always talk about, oh, don't worry about your subscription. We're going to grandfather you in. Everything's going to be fine. What you pay before is what you're going to pay in the future, right? But here's the thing: when some company buys another one, there's always a clause in the contract that they have to honor the old price for a certain amount of time. Once that contract expires, You see what they did with Crunchyroll. They've raised the rates because that grandfather clause no longer applies. Sure, you have a subscription. They held up their end of the deal. They made good on their word. You got grandfathered in. You got the pricing. But that pricing is never guaranteed forever. And once that clause lapses in the contract, they can do whatever they want. If they want to increase the price, they're going to. And because you already have the service and they did you that courtesy, you're most likely just going to bite it and pay the extra. And you're going to like, well, I don't want to lose all these shows and the streaming services. I guess I'll just pay the couple extra bucks. And to you, yeah, it might be from $7.99 to $9.99 or $14.99. And they'll probably throw in some incentives like, oh, maybe get a discount on the store or something. Maybe get like a 10% off type of thing or 5% off. Or maybe you'll get, a simul dub release the day before the rest of the world, or maybe you'll get exclusive manga reading privileges, or something that doesn't really cost them that much to justify the increase.
Something that's like here's a free coupon. I call it.
Yeah, it's basically to make you feel incentivized to balance out the extra cost when you're really not getting much of anything. But that's how it works. So it's kind of just a business thing. And you say Crunchyroll, but you have to remember that Sony is the one who bought Crunchyroll. This is no longer Crunchyroll making these big decisions. I bet you there's some guy in a Sony headquarters over in Japan trying to find a way to squeeze every little penny out of this valuable asset that they have, because they paid billions and billions of dollars for this. They need a return on investment. That's basic business right there. So they're going to come up with every way to nickel and dime all the Crunchyroll subscribers and find a way to make more money. And this is just another way of doing it. First, obviously, like you said, raising the price of subscription, so all those grandfather people have to pay more. And second is what they're doing now by possibly making people repurchase things that they've already purchased through Funimation. And yes, ultimately it is up to the consumer. They can say no. They don't have to give them money, and it could backfire in their face, and they might do something about it because, hey, businesses like to make people happy because they can get more money out of happy people. So it remains to be seen, but you got to stop and think before you go and blame Crunchyroll too much. Look to the parent company now, which is now Sony. And we all know Sony over the years has been one greedy motherfucker. If you don't believe me, just look at PlayStation. We don't want to share the games with other consoles. We'd rather just keep it to ourselves because it's a security issue. No, it's a money loss issue. It creates a negative income position.
Oh no, 100%. Like so, like the thing is that like I'm a numbers guy and I do accounting, and this is publicly available. So like if you want to look at it, like Sony's from Sony's, I would say they have 5 buckets of income: game network services, music, pictures, entertainment technology services. All we care about, right? Images and sensing services and final services. Don't care about that. Let's talk about entertainment and technology services. In 2002, they They're in 2022. They had 1.9 million, 1.95 million, right? Let's look for it. As of 2023, the end of the year, they have 1.8. Hey, that 1. Even though it's 100,000 less, they got to squeeze that for somebody else. That's you. They're squeezing that extra 100,000 from you. That's why they raised the price. They want that. Even though it's $100,000, not that much of a difference, not even like a negligible, because, by the way, their total income for that sector the entire year is 1.982 million for 2022. For 2023, their total is 1.92. So 1.98, 1.92 million. They're squeezing you for roughly $60,000. They're going to do this for $60,000. That's some greedy stuff right there, my guy. But whatever, man. Corporations. Anyway, that's what we talk about numbers.
It's because it's a decrease in earning revenue, and that makes the shareholders sad, because then they're going to start crying salty tears into their filet mignons and complain that their steaks are too salty.
No, exactly. It's, and by the way, it's not even that much of a decrease. It's like, okay, so you had some customer loss in the technology sector and some inter-segment issue, like small amount. At the end of the day, it's about 60,000 people you probably lost, maybe less, rough estimate. And you're going to squeeze me for 60,000? Get out of here, man. You're in jerk. But anyway, next, before I talk into monies why I hate corporations.
Well, next story also has to deal with Crunchyroll. It's actually a little more of a positive story. This one, they're at the IGN Fan Fest, and they announced that Solo Leveling is getting a 2-part documentary of how it actually became an anime. So honestly, I like this direction because not a lot of these things are done, and it's as anime fans, our job is to consume stuff, right? We don't think about how it gets made, how decisions are made, how the anime industry, for unfortunate reasons, doesn't pay their animators enough, but they still go ahead and produce content, and how sometimes it's affected by things like the pandemic or budget, and sometimes that's why your episodes are delayed. But none of us think about that. We only think about, where's my next episode of Dangers in My Heart, things like that. So I don't know how in depth this is actually going to be, but to peel back the curtain and show the process of how something goes from a manhwa or a comic, if you want to call it a Western term, into an anime adaptation, they're going to be doing a 2-part, series on this. So this is actually going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this actually plays out, and if this actually paves the way for more behind the scenes stuff, because this kind of reminds me of back in the old days, and I'm dating myself, when you actually bought a collector's edition of a video game and it actually came with a DVD of how the video game was made. It gave you like a kind of a glimpse into how game development works and how studios make games. And I always found that really fascinating. And look at the collector's editions today. You can't even find a DVD that tells. Actually, you can't even find any video. It's all digital now. Can't even find anything like that that tells you how the game was made or what the studio did. It's all about, you got some extra skins. Hey, you got an extra gun. Hey, you can get this season pass for 10% off. Stuff and stupid shit like that. Maybe get a figure. All right, maybe get a cool Sephiroth figure and pay almost $400 for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Maybe you get that. No more behind the scenes stuff. And as someone who got into game design and went to school for it, that shit's interesting to me. And when I love anime that much and I see that they're doing a documentary about how this was made, that's interesting to me. And I want to see more of this. I want to see that curtain peeled back. I mean, hell, I forgot what series it was on YouTube, but it was like a day in the life of a digital artist. And they actually went to Square Enix and showed someone working on Final Fantasy 14, like the content for Final Fantasy 14, whether it's like in-game stuff, promotional stuff. And it was really cool to see that curtain peeled back and see how this stuff is made. So I don't know if they're going to actually show how it's made, but it's really described as the journey of how this became an anime. To me, that basically says, let's show how it was made. So I'm really looking forward to checking this out. But I actually don't really see the actual release date for this, though. That's the only thing that bugs me. Like, they're talking about when the English dub for the anime came out, which was January 20th, and I don't see a release date for this, but it's probably out there somewhere. It's coming. I would imagine it's coming after Solo Leveling finishes up. So
I assume that would be like the case as well. It's always nice to see, like, as I said, like how they came to be. Especially if going to, like, this is definitely, if not one of the first. I mean, aside from God of High School, like the manhwa of the significance actually coming to be. It's always nice to see. It's always nice to see.
yeah. So what are your thoughts? I mean, obviously, I haven't really seen many of these. I mean, this is kind of like the first I remember recently. There could have been more. I just probably didn't pay attention. But do you guys want to see more of this how it's made stuff? Do you think that's interesting?
It's interesting because so the how it's made stuff is always like, as someone who reads manga, I would scour like people who had scans of interviews and like really good open interviews, and that was how I learned, like, oh, this is how he draws or how he got to this idea, or someone on YouTube does a really comprehensive documentary and learn how they do it. That's the best I can do. But the fact they're making the content of how to do it themselves, I think it's really neat. It's good for like anything you like. It just adds more to hobbyism. It's like one of the reasons why, like, to this day, I still watch a YouTuber, Defunctland. He does in deep dives of how these theme parks are made, the rides, the history, all that jazz. So it's like learning more about stuff you like is always fun. So I stick with that. I think it's cool. Yeah, that's just me. Go.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same idea. It's just like when you see like the creative process, especially like solo leveling or any of your favorite mediums, from games to shows, all that. You want to see like how is it? Is it fun? Is it nice? Is it has some hardships? Like you want to know like get the bigger picture. I mean, yes, always see the great medium, be it like either be like a B class film or like a triple A film, whatever it may be, whatever it is. Like you want to see, and if it's something you love, you want to see more details of it from the creator, from the staff, from all these the aspects you probably would not be interested, but may give you some insight. So yeah, and same ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also plenty of series out there that you can watch or read that'll basically give you a glimpse into. My favorite's Bakuman. If you want to know how manga is made, that's a pretty good textbook. I mean, yeah, it's entertainment, but it's pretty spot on. I mean, essentially, if you want to know how manga is made, you sit down in front of a desk, you draw some pictures on some paper, you hand it to an editor, he tells you you're complete shit and you're not worth a damn. You come back, you draw it some more, and you draw it some more, and you draw it some more until you want to unalive yourself. Your editor finally accepts it. They digitize it. They put it in PDF form. They send it to a printer. They perfect bind it, and the editor comes by and throws your pittance at you, bounces off your head while you're still trying to draw the next chapter before he fires you. That's how manga's made. And now you know.
And now you know.
But speaking of the IGN Fan Fest and manhwa, we knew for a while that Tower of God was getting a second season, and they finally unveiled that it's coming this July. So, yay, summer anime season. I'll be watching Tower of God. But the one thing that people pointed out in the trailer is that the artwork is different.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. I mean, it looks good. I will say that. But I just have to say that even though the artwork looks good, I actually liked the scratchy, gritty, almost hand-drawn looked version of the first season because it gave it character and charm. Now it just looks like any other anime. But imagine that, actually complaining that there's an improvement in the art. Wow. What have we become? But yeah, unless you guys got something else, that actually wraps it up for us this month because it was all VTuber news essentially.
It was essentially VTuber stuff. There's really like the anime world at the moment. I mean, unless you want to talk about quote unquote Crunchyroll was that's really that kind of died out real quick.
No, we've ran them down and they haven't happened yet. But by the time the podcast rolls around next month, they would have happened. Actually, I think they're happening next weekend on March 3rd, which is the same day as AEW Revolution. So I'll be watching wrestling instead of the Anime Awards. Well, actually, no, the Anime Awards are on during the day because it's in Japan, and Japan's like 14 hours ahead of us. So I don't know, time zone, timey-wimey bullshit. We can watch both.
If you're on the East Coast, anything you watch in Japan, because I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, I don't believe in sleep. It's only 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. You know, that's a little sacrifice. Sometimes 6 a.m. You know, 1 to 6 a.m.
And it's on a Sunday too. You have the rest of the day to take a nap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll probably take a look at those results, and we'll pretty much be sitting back complaining that Jujutsu Kaisen won everything, or either that or pretty much Demon Slayer won everything it was nominated for, like it always does.
Again?
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
Slayer.
I mean, the only thing that has been happening regarding to Demon Slayer is like every of the voice actors, like as recently we had the Demon Slayer tour from New York, from Taipei, for Taiwan. Yeah, like I've just been seeing only in regards to that, like just they're getting ready for that hot shot training arc. A big advertisement in regards to that. Yeah.
Yeah, they are going all out this year. I will give them that. They have Yosobi over there. They're going to have Hiroyuki Sawano, one of the holy trinity of anime composers, like doing like a live performance there. Even and then here's the reason why Mercedes Monet, aka Sasha Banks, will not be at Revolution, because she's going to be at the the Anime Awards on the very same day. So yeah, she's going to be in Japan. So Mercedes Renato is one of the guests. She is former WWE Sasha Banks, currently AEW is Mercedes Monet. What do you mean currently AEW? They didn't announce her yet. Come on.
We know. Yeah.
I mean, March 13th, Dynamite, big business. The word Boston is spelled with Boston. Come on. We're not dumb, Tony Khan. She's AEW. But yeah, you can check her out there. They got Lisa performing, like my all-time favorite performing artist in Japan. So I'll definitely be watching that. So like musically, like for me, this is like the best award show ever. You got the God tier composer, who's my favorite, and the God tier singer, who's my favorite, all in the same show. Maybe they can do another collab. Maybe she'll sing Narrative. That'd be awesome.
That would be great. I guess. Oh yeah, we also could probably make some recommendations this month. I mean, we did read something besides be mad at VTubers, right? We did do something.
Read? We don't know how to read. We're anime fans. We wait
Oh,
for
okay.
dubs.
Oh my god, am I the only one who owns a manga collection? Oh my god, it's over.
I'm no, I mean I am actually going to be hitting next month 1,100 volumes of physical manga. I got a couple laying around.
I lowly have not kept track. I know I have a storage space, but I feel like I should keep track. But I don't care anymore. It's like if it fills up a box, I put it over there if I don't read it. Oh my god. But speaking of which, yeah, should we do some recommendations, or has anyone I have a couple of things I've read this month.
Yeah, go for it. I got one I've read that I can pimp out, but yeah, what do you got?
Okay, so I got, as we were talking about Korean Waha, I got Unholy Blood by Lena Lim, printed by Ise Press, the Korean, I would say the Korean Waha side of Yen Press. It's really good. It's essentially like a more, if you like Blood Plus or Blood, or Vampire Revenge stories, this is for you. If you like Hellsing, Vampire Hunter D, you like Claymore, you like femme fatales getting murdered if you have emotional issues, this book is for you. It's actually really good. The art is fantastic, and my only complaint is when I got it mailed from Crunchyroll, they packaged the book a little too incorrectly, where there's a slight bent on the first half. It wasn't protected fully. Thanks, Crunchyroll, once again letting me down. All right, let's go. Let's let me say that one on my system.
For me, in regards to recommendations, I actually kind of hit my backlog a little bit and finished up reading the entire series of Gao Gohan Volume 10. And yeah, overall, it's a standard, pretty much a teacher-student romance with a gal, but overall, it's fairly good. And I checked out the end credits of it all. Like originally, this series is supposed to be only 5 volumes, but thankfully the fans love the series so much. Yeah, I got 5 more extra volumes to end it off organically. So don't worry, it's not like those other series that just suddenly axed off. So yeah, Gao Gohan, the entire series. If you love a simple but nice little romance involving gals, then yeah, definitely check the series out. And of course, naturally, with the season, anime season continuing on as it is, by all means, please do check out the Tales of the Wedding Rings anime series. It's starting to be very good. It's very good. Mm-hmm.
All right, and as for me, big surprise! I'm recommending another slice of life romance. Josh, get a girlfriend? No. So this one is called "I Want to End This Love Game." And it's kind of a cute little story. Basically, Miku and Yuki are childhood friends, and when they were young, they started to play a game by confessing their love to each other, only to make each other break. And they say that the first one whose heart flutters loses. Well, 4 years later, it's the first day of high school, and for some reason, they're still playing this game. But after so long, it's becoming more than just words. So, yeah, it's a cute little story about them trying to make each other's heart flutter, but they kind of already know that they're trying to do it at this point. But the thing is they don't realize they've actually fallen in love with each other. So they're just waiting now and turning this game into the first one whose heart flutters will be the first one to confess. But neither one knows that that's their their end goal. So it's kind of funny at the same time. It's a new story from Viz Media. So go ahead and check that out. It's pretty cool. And if you want to talk about anime, oh my god, here I go. Danger's in my heart. Just watch the fucking show. It's called Peak for a reason. Like, I am a slice of life romance writer. Like, I've written 2 series that have slice of life romance, and I am not ashamed to admit that Dangers of My Life is the best thing I've ever seen, read, or written when it comes to romance. And yes, this is going up against stuff I've loved to death before, like Toradora. That is an absolute classic. Who does not love Taiga as one of the number 1 tsunderes in the entire world? But this is just peak. Like, everything you can think of that like pulls at your heartstrings and makes you want to see these two get together and just give you that warm fuzzy feeling and makes you beg for it to be the next Saturday as soon as the episode ends. Like, this is it. It's peak for a reason. It's the greatest romance I've ever seen in my life. It's probably the greatest romance of all time. I don't give a shit what your opinion is. That's mine. I'm sticking to it. Go watch it. But yeah, after that, final thoughts. Let's get out of here, guys. What you got?
I see. As we head into the springtime, again, just like one, naturally continue the same old message. Please try not to be a jerk. Like, look, we get it. 2024 has been off to a very shitty start to both in real life and in anime world. Yes, we get that. But like, do we need to continue the trend in March? Maybe, but at least less crappy. please. So yeah, try not to be jerks. Best as you can. Best as you can.
Fair enough. My final thought, let's say, is you know what? If you can get a job at Ninjisanji, please burn that letter as quickly as you can. Don't work at them. They're a horrible company.
Yes, exactly. If you are having a good, solid, decent job and you try for Ninjisanji and say, oh no, do not give up your side job to fully dedicate yourself to Ninjisanji. Run away.
Run away. Yeah, I recommend that. And also, buy more manga, so it helps the industry. And I do mean this seriously. I want and I hope for the streaming services and at least the anime world have more alternatives that isn't piracy. Piracy is nice and all, but I don't mind supporting people who do the things I like. So that's it. I hope there is more alternatives, because if Crunchyroll keeps going down this path they're going, we're all in trouble. That's my final thought.
Hey, here.
Yeah, my final thought. I opened up a shop. You can now buy T-shirts from me. So if you want to wear what the characters wear in my books, such as AR Dragonfly from Ash, My Girlfriend Was Delivered by 2-Day Shipping, and others, go to meteorpress.com, click the shop button, and in Matthew esque type of spirit here, here's a joke. What are the oldest animals in the world? The zebra and the panda, because we can both see them in black and white. Buy a shirt.
Buy a shirt.
Shout out to Matthew and Botchamania for the dad joke ending segment. Go watch Botchamania. It's great.
Go watch Botchamania before he gets canceled again.
Yeah, before it gets canceled again. And just like before we get canceled. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. It has been another pleasurable month. We will see you next month. We will talk anime awards and so much more. Until then, for Matt, for Will, this is Joshua Piedra in pleasing baritone saying Godspeed to all you out there in Radio Land. Peace.
Bye.